Alright guys, I've actually played around with this a couple times. I've shot this video a couple times. I'm really trying to get the colors right here for these guys. These are my Toffee and Toffino animals, and it doesn't seem to be showing up on the camera too well. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot I can do about it, but I thought I would show off some of these guys, since this was the first year I finally hatched the pure Toffees. I've had a lot of questions whenever somebody's interested in possibly purchasing an animal relating to this project. People are always asking me how exactly the genetics work, so I thought I'd show some off and also explain the genetics a little bit. I'll start with this guy here. And like I said, really what you're seeing on the screen now is not a true representation of his colors at all, but this is my original male, the world first toffino that I produced here. So he's 4 years old now. He's a 2010, and I still don't think he's at his full adult coloration. He's still every shed he'll still change a little bit. He's having some yellow blushing spots coming in like there and there. I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah, he's still changing, so I don't think he's quite at his full adult colors yet. This other big one here is another toffino. This is a female. She's 2 years old. You can see she's relatively similar in coloration to the male. And then for these little guys here, actually we'll put these guys back so we can focus on the little ones. We'll put these two back in their bins. As beautiful as they are to look at, they were trying to escape. So yeah, these little ones, these darker ones are the pure Toffees. You can see this one here has some paradoxing on her head and neck. That's always cool when stuff like that pops out. But yeah, these guys are on they've just had their third shed, and the purple, you just can't appreciate it on the video. You have to see something like this in person. The purple is unreal at this point, and by the time these guys are 400 or 500 grams, they're just going to be they're going to pop so much, and it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to raise them up to that size and see how they change with each shed. And then these other two we have, I don't know how well, again, you can tell the difference. This is a toffino here. This is an albino. These guys are from the same clutch. The clutch was albino to toffino, which I'll get into a second what the various combinations will get you. But yeah, these guys are from an albino to toffino clutch, so that should be half albinos, half toffinos. I can tell this guy's a toffino because the white is not as white as this one on the albino. It's starting to turn purple. Also, these white highlighting around the yellow patches. When you look at them from the belly like that it's much easier to tell. The albino, although it does have sort of the white highlighting around the yellow, when you have two, especially from the same clutch, to compare to like this, you can really tell the difference, especially at this size. Okay, so if we're gonna talk about genetics a little bit, so albino and Toffee are both recessive. If people are familiar with the project, you also know there's a gene called the candy. It's identical to the Toffee. It's kind of same thing as butters and lessers, cinnamons and black pastels. Just kind of two different lines of the same gene. I've heard rumors that the original Toffee and original candy came in the same shipment from the same area, so they're most likely 100% the same thing. But everything I'm about to tell you about the genetics works whether you're using Toffee or candy. So we'll start basic. So again, this is our albino. Obviously if you're just breeding albino to albino, you're gonna get a clutch of all albinos. No surprise there. Each albino parent passes an albino gene down to all the offspring, so that gives each baby 2 albino genes, so they display the recessive albino trait. Again, you can say the same thing for the Toffee gene, simple recessive. So pure Toffee bred to pure Toffee gets you a clutch of 100% pure Toffees. Doesn't get much simpler than that. Where it starts getting complicated, obviously, is where you're crossing the 2 genes. So if we have a pure albino and a pure Toffee, the albino parent gives an albino gene to all the babies, the Toffee parent gives a Toffee gene to all the babies. So each baby gets 1 albino gene and 1 Toffee gene. That makes your entire clutch toffinos, just like this guy here. So if you breed toffino to toffino, that's going to be your most varied pairing of all. You're going to get all 3. So you're going to get 25% Toffees, 25% albinos, and 50% toffinos. So again, that's toffino to toffino pairing. Each toffino parent, they'll give half the offspring a Toffee gene, the other half of the offspring an albino gene. So it will line up that some babies get 2 Toffee genes, some get 2 albino genes, and some get some get 1 Toffee gene and 1 albino gene. So that's what will give you all 3 phenotypes. Other pairings you could have would be, I already mentioned when I was talking about the clutch that these guys came from, toffino to albino. You're going to get half toffinos, half albinos. If you're breeding toffino to pure Toffee, you're going to get half toffinos and half Toffees. I know it's a lot to wrap your head around, and I'm probably saying it fairly quickly because I understand it fairly well, since I've been breeding working with these genes for about 6 years. If you guys need any clarification at all, just comment down below. I should be able to help you out. But I do believe I covered every possible pairing. Let me know what you guys think about the pure Toffees that I finally produced. And thanks for watching, guys.